All right, so first one on the dock. We got these people just out here so desperate for Bungie's new game, Marathon, to be just so amazing, right? Now, here's some things that I found out about Marathon. So apparently Marathon, there's some rumors about it being a full price game. There's rumors about it being a mid-price game. We don't really have any confirmation yet about what the price of the game may be. But quite frankly, I hope that it's going to be a mid-price game. It really should be free, but I hope it's going to be a mid-price game because apparently there is 6 heroes, 3 maps, and 1 game mode. From my understanding, 6 heroes, 3 maps, and 1 game mode. And you're charging $40 to $70 for that. What exactly are we trying to accomplish here? I don't understand. So then we got PC Gamer, of course, trying to be desperate, saying that after thousands of hours in Destiny, I had serious concerns about Bungie's Marathon reboot. But now that I've played it, my worry isn't whether or not it will be good. What I find to be hilarious is that they've learned... Bro, they've learned from Concord, so you know what they're doing? They are trying to get ahead of the curve in case this game flops like Concord. They're trying to say, well, I don't actually care whether or not it's good. Oh, really? Oh, so now you don't care about whether or not it's good, so what do you care about then? I don't get it. What do you care about then? They're trying to get ahead of it in case the game flops because they can pretty much smell the flop coming. And I think everybody can smell the flop coming. Now, here's the thing. It's not going to flop as bad as Concord. I stand by that statement. I think the name Bungie is going to carry it through, at least to the initial phase of customers. And then it is up to Bungie to keep those customers. It is up to Bungie to have a good word of mouth, like Schedule 1, for example. Schedule 1 had a pretty strong start. And then word of mouth has carried that game to astronomical levels. So hopefully we can have the same thing happen here if Bungie's lucky enough, but I doubt it. I doubt it, considering they're charging $40 for this. But this says that the early buzz centered on its startling art style, screaming acid colorways, and blocky industrial shapes, which all but guarantee Marathon will be the best-looking extraction shooter. You serious right now? You serious right now? Bungie's Marathon is going to be the best-looking extraction shooter? Where's my song, bro? Where is my fucking song?
You are coping and seething. You just can't accept what you're seeing. Yes, you're coping and seething. The truth it is scalding, and now you are molding and coping so hard. Coping and seething.
Again, the best looking extraction shooter. Have they not seen the Hunt Showdown with the Crytek engine? Really? Anyway, let's continue. Before we get to the hurdles in Marathon's way, let's break the gameplay down. Each trip to Tau Ceti lasts about 25 minutes. At the beginning of a run, you're given an exfiltration point to reach. Along the way, you could choose to investigate any of the other points of interest on the map, taking on events like UESC incursions, solving simple puzzles, and even tackling what Bungie describes as boss encounters. The only one of these I ran into involved a bunch of particularly beefy robots hunkered down in a red dome that did damage over time. So each level is going to take 25 minutes on average to complete. So just to give you an idea. Marathon doesn't tell you when you're the last team standing, so with the imperfect map knowledge, the threat of encountering other players is a constant tension. My adrenaline spiked each time I heard a runner spotted warning. It was especially pronounced during the final 30 seconds while posted up around the extraction flare, waiting for rescue. If all 3 of you jump into the circle, it'll cut the timer down to 10. But then, of course, you're even more exposed to a perfectly placed grenade and heartbreak. Yeah, no, I am totally not interested in this game. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm more stuck on the fact that he tried to say this is going to be the best looking extraction shooter out there. I mean, are you fucking kidding me? Have you seen what some of these characters look like? If you look at my thumbnail, you'll see one of the characters in particular looks horrible. And of course, Bungie is late to the extraction shooter genre. Like, everybody has already pretty much released one, and they have their player bases. Hopefully, there is enough people that can help support this game. And I think, and like I said, Bungie has enough fanboys that I think will support this game at the beginning. It's whether or not they keep them is the ultimate question. So let's continue to the next one. And then we got Bungie says that Marathon is about losing all your gear but still having a great time because you come out with a good story. Okay. Sure. Let's continue. Bungie's finally opening up about Marathon. It's shiny new extraction shooter that's been on the wrap since 2023. This is the legendary FPS studio's first new game in 8 years, its first non-Destiny project since the Halo days, and a reimagining of a series that's laid dormant since the 90s. Today's stream made one thing clear. Marathon will have all the hallmarks of Escape from Tarkov, a blocky inventory, faction quests, 3-person squads, customizable guns, and a huge emphasis on money. Everything in your inventory has a sell price, and what you choose to extract from a map will be informed by big old dollar signs, or in the game's case, credits. So they're trying to compare themselves to Escape from Tarkov. They're trying to bite on the heels of that game in the hopes to try to get people to play their game. So that's interesting. But speaking of interesting, this is the one that I just, wow, I cannot believe that they're doing this. I really can't. And the excuse and the reason for this is unbelievably bad. Marathon won't have proximity chat because it would be way too toxic. And they said, I don't think anyone has a good solution to that just yet. Bro, are we serious right now? Are we at the point where we are removing voice chat from multiplayer, games, team-based video games because of toxicity? I don't understand. Are we serious right now? What is wrong with proximity chat? Can't you just mute people? Whatever happened to being able to just mute people? Whatever happened to being able to just turn off proximity chat? Imagine trying to police the internet and removing a feature that all of your competition has for the most part. Why would you remove that feature? Because of toxicity. Are we seriously that fucking weak? Are we seriously that weak? I don't get it. You need the communication. Just mute I don't know. Anyway, you won't be able to hear the battle cries of enemy runners in Marathon. I think that's a big loss, right? Proximity chat adds a lot of fun to the game, and I think by removing that, you're just setting it up for failure. Obviously, the game is going to have regular voice chat. At least that's what I believe anyway. I hope the game has regular voice chat. I haven't seen anything about them talking about regular voice chat amongst teammates, but in terms of proximity chat, they're removing it completely. Now, they're saying that there may be a possibility for it to come back, but they're trying to figure out a way to make it happen and keep players safe. How are you in an online video game? I really want to ask this question. How do you feel unsafe by being in an online shooter? I really want to ask that question to the people that claim this is about safety. If this is about safety, how do you feel unsafe playing an online shooter? What are you trying to be safe from? What are you trying to protect yourself from? I just don't get it. I don't get it. What kind of danger are you in? What, emotional danger? What are we... Oh, man. He says, I think the challenge is how to make sure we're creating a safe environment for players inside of that space. I don't think anyone really has a good solution to that just yet because we're so dedicated to making sure that we're creating a safe space where we don't have players just flaming each other or doing terrible things to one another. I think we're not ready to invest in proximity chat until we have a solution. Bro, have you never been in a competitive space before? Even some of the most competitive esports have shit talking. Why are you so worried about shit talking? If somebody doesn't want to hear proximity chat, you can just add an option to mute the fucking proximity chat. That's your solution. That's the solution that's been around for the longest time. Why are you not utilizing that as a solution is beyond me. Instead, you would rather just remove the entire thing from existence. What is the point of that? What is the point of that? God, I really miss the days where shit talking was a thing and was allowed. I really miss those days because it was so much more fun. It really was, man. And people learned to not be such soft fucking bitches by letting online shit talking. That's really the only way I can explain it. Online shit talking bother them to this extent. You're letting it ruin you. You're letting it literally control you to the point where you're so scared that you don't even want to include it at all. I don't get it, man. So anyway, this right here kind of just explains to me the mindset that the developers have. And listen, we already know Bungie is woke, right? We already know that. As a developer, we already know that a lot of the people there are woke as fuck. That's besides the point. It just shows me how these woke developers, instead of making a good video game that gamers could celebrate, they have decided to protect people's feelings by not including proximity chat at all. And I can only imagine what other decisions they have made with this video game that is going to be utilized to supposedly protect people's safe space. I don't even want to think about it. I don't even want to think about it. I really don't.